As the days turn into weeks, months, and eventually years, and Little Bear and his friends have tried to find Emily, even while they were doing their usual things, but they've never found Emily. However, they are not giving up on finding Emily. As it seems to be at least 13 years, Little Bear has grown up to be a strong bear. His friends have grown up as well. Little Bear wasn't called Little Bear so much anymore, but he was still called Little Bear, even if he was big and tall as Father Bear. But to his parents, he'll always be Little Bear, forever and always. "I'm going to play, Mother Bear," Little Bear called to his mother. "Be back for dinner, my big Little Bear," Mother Bear replied as Little Bear walked out of his house. He was walking down a path from his house as he passed by Hen's house. Hen noticed Little Bear walking past her house. Little Bear stopped to wave to Hen. "Good morning, Little Bear," Hen said as she noticed how big Little Bear was getting. "My, you've grown up so fast." "Morning, Hen. I'm now 19 years old," Little Bear replied. "Want to come with me? We're going to gather everyone at Owl's house. I have an idea to get Emily home." "You do?" Hen asked, but then she realized something. "You mean you're planning to have us go into the city to find Emily, aren't you?" "Yes, why do you ask, Hen?" Little Bear asked. "Well, because I'm wondering how could we sneak in out of the woodlands into the city?" Hen replied. "Because Mother Bear and Father Bear did say it's dangerous there and easy to get lost." "Well, we're going to take the chance. We have to find Emily and bring her home," Little Bear stated. As soon as he and Hen got to Owl's house, Owl got Duck, Hen, Mitzi to show up as well. "We're all here, Little Bear. Why do you need all of us to come here?" Owl asked as he was a bit sleepy from his long night of not sleeping great. "I gathered you all here because we're going to the city to find Emily and bring her home," Little Bear announced. "Are we going there?" Duck asked. "Yes, we are, Duck. To find Emily," Little Bear stated. "But how do we sneak there?" Cat asked. "Well, if Mother and Father Bear, what if they catch you sneaking out?" asked Mitzi. "Why don't we plan something? Like I'll tell them I'm going camping for a few days," Little Bear replied. That will bring the camping gear and we'll meet up at Emily's log house. And then when night falls, we can sneak our way into the city. That way we won't get caught and we will get to Emily that way." "That sounds like a great idea, but what do we need to bring?" Owl asked, liking the idea. "Well, we'll have to bring some canteens and food, a map, flashlights, rain jackets, and hats," Little Bear said. His friends liked the idea, and they all agreed. "So tonight, we'll be at Emily's log house at sunset, and then we'll head to the city." "Sounds good to me. I like it," Duck said in excitement. "I'll be back," Little Bear replied. As he headed home to grab some stuff, when he got home, Father Bear was cleaning out the attic. "Father Bear, are you up there?" Little Bear asked. "Yes, I am, Little Bear. You need something?" Father Bear asked. "Yes, I do," Little Bear stated as he climbed up to meet with Father Bear in the attic. "Can I borrow some camping gear? Like canteens, a map, flashlights, rain jackets, and hats?" "Well," Father Bear said as he scratched the back of his head, "I don't see why not. What's the occasion?" "Me and my friends are going camping for a few days. Will it be alright if I borrow the camping gear?" Little Bear replied with a question. "Of course. Let me go get the stuff. Why don't you think of getting food for the trip? You are old enough to camp on your own with your friends," Father Bear said as Little Bear climbed back downstairs from the attic. He then went into the bedroom to grab a few things. When Little Bear got to his bedroom, he decided to bring Fisher Bear along and a picture of him and his parents for the trip. He didn't want to tell his parents where he was actually going, fearing that they will find out and he lied about camping and other stuff. Once he was done getting the stuff from his bedroom, he walked to the kitchen to see Mother Bear working on dinner. "Mother Bear, my friends and I are going camping tonight. Can I pack some food? We'll be gone for a couple of days, and Father Bear is bringing me the camping gear," Little Bear said to his mother. "Of course, Little Bear. Want to eat some fish soup before you go?" Mother Bear asked. "Of course, Mother Bear. I'd never want to miss my favorite soup," Little Bear replied. He ate his soup and then got his stuff, and when he was all ready to go, he said goodbye and then headed off. As Little Bear was walking, the sun was setting in the distance. He knew that he and his friends would not have much time, as it was going to get dark soon. When Little Bear and his friends met up at Emily's log house, they were all ready for the journey. Little Bear pulled out a map of the city, which was hidden in the big bag of camping gear. I found the map to the city. It was in the bottom of my camping bag. Little Bear laid the map on the ground. He saw that the city was a long way ahead. It's a long walk. You sure we can do it? Mitzi asked. We can, and we have to if we're going to get Emily home, Little Bear replied. Who wants to hold the map and be the guide? I guess I can, Duck offered. Little Bear then passed the map to Duck. Owl, can you be our lookout? Little Bear said. Sounds good, Owl replied. We might want to get going. It's going to get dark soon, and we want to get a head start. Sounds good. Now everyone, let's head out, Little Bear said as he and his friends began walking and following the map. As they were walking, No Feet was slithering on the grass, and when he saw Little Bear and his friends, he slithered to a rock. Hey, Little Bear, No Feet called as Little Bear turned to see No Feet the snake on a rock. Hello, No Feet, Little Bear replied. Where are you and your friends going? No Feet asked. We're going to look for Emily, Duck replied to No Feet's question. Where is Emily? No Feet asked. Isn't she supposed to be back for summer a while ago? We haven't seen her in 13 years, so we are going to the city to find her, Little Bear replied. As No Feet slithered on, Little Bear rested on his head. The city? No Feet asked in wonder. What's that place? I never heard of it. It's a place where Emily's parents are from, Cat stated. It's a dangerous place is what Mother Bear and Father Bear told me, Little Bear added. And it's a huge place. It's easy to get lost there too. So we're taking the chance and we're bringing Emily home. May I come along? No Feet asked. Seeing that you're already on my head, of course you can, Little Bear replied. As Little Bear and his friends were traveling through the forest, the sky was getting dark and the moon was in the sky. Little Bear and his friends didn't like the idea of walking in the dark, as they were hearing scary noises in the dark. I'm a bit scared, Mitzi said nervously. The noises are scaring me, Duck added. We have to find somewhere to hide for the night, Owl suggested. Maybe a cave or perhaps some bushes for us to hide. It is getting dark, Little Bear yawned. So did Duck and Hen, and both yawned as well. Let's see if we can find a cave. There has to be one somewhere. Little Bear looked around the forest. Then he spotted a cave that was just about a few feet from where he and his friends were standing. I found a cave. We'll be safe for the night in there. Little Bear and his friends headed towards the cave. When they got there, Little Bear looked inside and just to make sure that no one else was in the cave, but luckily there was no one there. It is clear, and we'll spend the night in there, Little Bear said, as he and his friends were settling inside the cave. This should be a great spot, Cat said. No one will even find us or catch us in here. It may not be a great place to sleep, but it's better than nothing, Hen added. Tomorrow we'll cook breakfast and head it out to the city. I'm hope we will get all here without any troubles, Little Bear said. As he found a nest of leaves to sleep in, everyone found leaves in the caves as well to sleep in. They're leaving here, and we must be from... There's leaves here, but they're from last year's fall, Duck said, as she and her friends got comfy on the huge leaf pile. Within moments, they all fell asleep. As morning rose, Little Bear cooked breakfast for his friends. When his friends woke up, they saw Little Bear cooked breakfast and made a fire of his own. Morning, Little Bear said. He was cooking up some scrambled eggs. Good morning, Little Bear. What is this? Mitzi asked. Scrambled eggs. I found some eggs while fetching breakfast, Little Bear replied. I also found some fish on the stream not far from here. This looks good. I can't wait to eat, Owl said as Little Bear served the breakfast for his friends. Thanks, Little Bear. How much further is it to the city? Hen asked. Well, according to the map, we still have a long way to go. Up ahead before the mountains, we'll see the train tracks. So if you follow them, I'm sure they'll lead us to the city, Little Bear replied as he looked at the map while eating his breakfast. If we catch a train, we might get a ride there, Duck said. Well, it's worth a shot. I just hope we don't get caught, Cat added. We won't get caught. I'm sure they'll see us as friendly creatures, Little Bear replied. We gotta act our age and keep cool. Little Bear is right. I'm sure we can keep cool, No Feet said. After breakfast, Little Bear and his friends continued walking through the forest. With it being daytime, everything was clear and visible to see. They soon come across a huge field, and it was so big. What is this? Hen asked. It looks like a huge field, but I bet the train tracks are on the other side, Cat added. Little Bear walked up a ton of the hill of the huge field. He could see the train tracks on the other side. You're right, Cat. I see the train tracks. I bet they'll lead us to the city. We just gotta follow them, Little Bear replied. Owl flew over to see a train station not far from the field. But there was no one there, so he had an idea. There's a train station, and I think I may have a plan, Owl began. What's the plan? Duck asked. Well, my plan is, if we get to the station before the train, we could sneak onto the train, Owl began. Little Bear and his friends liked the idea. And once we're on the train, we'll get to the city and we'll find Emily. That sounds like a plan. I sure hope no one will notice us, Hen said. Everyone soon went to the train station. When they got there, they had to wait for the train. But after an hour or so of waiting, it was afternoon and everyone was getting bored of waiting. They had no idea when will the train ever show up. I'm getting bored, Owl complained. Me too, Duck groaned. I'm sure the train will arrive. I wonder when, Little Bear replied, as he and his friends saw a train coming up to the station. I see the train, he said. Let's hide behind the station. That way when the train stops, we can sneak on board, Cat suggested. Everyone hid behind the station. The train stopped at the station within a matter of moments. When the driver stepped out to do what he had to do, Little Bear and his friends saw the carts filled with crates and other stuff. Now we just gotta find an empty and open cart to sneak in, Little Bear said. Within the matter of seconds of looking up and down the train, Owl soon found an empty car with the door open. He peered inside, but it was empty. I found an empty car, we can all sneak in there, Owl called. As Little Bear and his friends all jumped inside the car, they remained silent and hidden as the driver returned. He jumped onto the train and began to start driving the train again. The train's moving, Mitzi said as everyone sat down as the train began to move. How far does the train go? Hen asked. It goes into the city to one of the factories, Duck replied as she looked at the route that the train tracks go. We'll have to jump off the train at the next station. The next station is before the city, Little Bear pointed at the map. So when the train stops, we can all jump off and find Emily, Owl said as Little Bear nodded. The train ride was about maybe 15 minutes, and they were in the mountains, and Little Bear could see everything from the mountains above. I see that we're on the mountains. Isn't it beautiful? Hen asked as everyone saw the view of the land from the train car in the mountains. It's wonderful up here. I've never been on a train before, Duck said in amazement. I could see the whole woodland from up here. Little Bear looked in amazement. After a while of riding the train stopped in the next station near where the city is. The station was a train yard, but it was before the city. Little Bear and his friends snuck out of the train car and headed to the city. Where's the city? Cat asked in wonder. They were wondering about the area that they've never been through before. They have never been far away from the woods in their life. It was a quiet train yard. The city is not far from the train yard. We gotta follow the map, Duck said as Little Bear saw the city in a good view. There's the city over there, Little Bear nodded as he pointed at the huge and tall buildings in the distance. Then let's head out, Owl said as Little Bear and his friends headed out to the city. They had been walking for a while, but when they approached the city, it was sure a busy one. There were traffic and people walking. Little Bear turned to his friends. Now, Little Bear began, we all must stay together. We don't want to get lost in the city while looking for Emily. But where do we start? No Feet asked. I'm not sure. Maybe we'll walk around the city and look for signs that tell us where we are, Little Bear replied. So with that said, Little Bear and his friends were walking around the city. Luckily, no one had noticed the critters wandering around. As they were walking around, they had no luck. So far, no luck. I sure hope Emily isn't too far away, Duck sighed. I'm sure she's somewhere. We just gotta see if anyone knows where she is, Little Bear said. Then he saw a post office just a few blocks away. And if there's a post office a few blocks away, maybe the mailman might deliver mail to where Emily is, Little Bear suggested. That is possible. Me and Duck will fly ahead and let you know if we both see anything, Owl said as he and Duck flew into the air. Let's follow the mail truck, and we'll have to be very careful, Little Bear said as he and his friends followed the mailman. Once he got in the truck and took off, so Little Bear and his friends headed off to where the mailman was going.